Yo guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be the next installment in the OP8 cookbook series I got going on, and we have none other than a leader that some people don't even know exists in the form of Mono Yellow Yamato. A very fun leader that gets overlooked and overshadowed by the other Mono Yellow leaders like Enel and Katakuri, but still has potential, still has a really unique leader effect that's really fun. And wouldn't you know it, just strong yellow cards are strong, so if you put them in a deck that can use them, the deck can be pretty strong too. It does get additional buffs, I believe, with the starter decks. The new starter decks, when they come out, the new like 5-cost Katakuri blocker, I think works really well with this Yamato leader. But even in OP8, before the starter decks come out, I think there's a little bit of sauce. I think there's something here, and it's a fun deck. And if you're a Wano or a Yamato stan like myself, it's just another fun way you can play Wano and Yamato. So I'll talk about the deck a little bit, show you guys kind of what I'm cooking here, and we'll get into some gameplay too, but that's it. So for now, let's just jump in and let's get started. Okay, so the idea here is that we're kind of utilizing like the new Egghead Nami, the 5-cost, and some of our old favorites, the yellow Wano cards like Kikunojo, Hiyori, and Nekomamushi. And we're kind of just doing like, it's a weird hybrid between like maybe what you would run in the Wano package of a yellow-green Yamato leader, and what you might see kind of running around in OP8 from something like Katakuri, where a lot of them do run the Kikunojo, a lot of them run Nami, some run the Egghead Luffy, and you have 7-cost Mom. Instead of, obviously, because we can't use 10-cost Big Mom in this build, we're running our old boy Ace. Still a really good card. The one thing to point out is, yes, this leader's effect, so let's go over it real quick. Dawn ×1, opponent's turn. Unfortunately, it's only opponent's turn. While your life area has 2 or less cards, this leader gains 1000 power. I believe if this effect was on your own and your opponent's turn, it actually would be very, very strong and potentially make it a lot more like meta viable. And if we also had just a few more yellow support cards, you can see I'm not running things like the 5-cost Momonosuke blocker, which are totally valid and you can run them in this deck, but I'll go over it really quickly and I'll kind of give my reasoning as to why I'm not running the Momo blocker just at the moment for this build. And to get back to what I was saying, the 10-cost Ace is an extremely strong card in any yellow deck, really, but the thing here is that you need 1 Dawn on your leader in order for the leader effect to be active on your opponent's turn. So you would think that, yes, things like 9-cost Yamato, or maybe even, I don't know, 8-cost Katakuri, things that like the big bodies that you can play that still give you a Dawn to work with are very strong with this leader, and that is true. 9-cost Yamato is strong with this leader, and I have run it in this deck. But the thing here is, it's basically, Ace can help you heal. So if you can play Ace, it's just really strong most of the time. I just think the general utility and strength of Ace is strong enough to run in this deck, even though you won't get the leader effect off. Because the thing is, when you don't have leader, or when you don't have Ace, you can still always just play something like, even on your 9-Dawn turn, your 10-Dawn turn, play something like 7-cost Lin and have that Dawn to put on your leader, and leave one up for Flame Split, which is another card I want to talk about. This card is very, very strong in this deck for many reasons, but one of them is because if you do have 2 or less life, you have a Dawn on leader, and you leave one up for Flame Split, maybe potentially 1 or 2, you, since it's plus 1k for the turn, and if your opponent's at 2 or less life, you not only get to rest one of their 4 costs or less, but now your leader is a 7k for the rest of the turn, which is really, really strong. So we're kind of just trying to utilize it. It's like when it's efficient for us to put the Dawn on leader and combo with stuff like that, we do that. When, say, we have a few characters on board, or we have a blocker, or we just have enough counter in hand and we're at like 1 life, that's when we'll just swing 5 leader, swing with our characters, and play Ace, heal up back up to 2, and just apply the pressure that way. You can run 9-cost Yamato, you can run some of the other cards, but I just think 10-cost Ace is very strong. We have 2 of the Shirahoshi blocker. Honestly, I run this at 3 to 4 sometimes because I just think it's so strong into black. And I know there's a lot of black in the like Lucci and Star Deck 14 Luffy in the West right now. So honestly, right now, my biggest thing that I'm considering changing already just to this deck is just taking out the Egghead Luffy maybe, and just putting Shirahoshi up to 4 because it's so strong. But other than that, you can just see it's like we got some cards that can come out of life in Satori, Kikunojo, Nekomamushi, and Frankie. And we have a few KO cards here in Luffy and Nami. The core of this deck, I think, revolves around the 7-cost Linlin. I think it's just so strong, where when you're a 5-life leader and you have the time to play this, going first or going second, I think it's almost always pretty strong, because this leader doesn't get your opponent's life down too quickly. Sometimes you can get lucky, you know, you'll get stuff out of life and you can apply a lot of pressure that way. But I would say the core revolves around just maintaining a healthy board, getting a few lucky triggers out of life, and just applying a lot of pressure with the 7-cost moms. And then if you have the ability to do so, play this 10 ace when you know it's going to hurt your opponent, and just that'll help you finish out the game in that turn and probably the turn after. 5-cost ace is also just another thing here, another way to apply pressure, because sometimes, you know, you're not getting anything out of life. You play 1 or 2 characters, sure, but it gets KO'd or taken care of. This ace is really, really strong, because you can, you know, you see this Yamato is weird, because you kind of feel like a Nell in the fact that, like, you can take a few of those early hits without worrying too much, because you know, when you're at 2 or less, you're going to be a 6k leader on your opponent's turn if you can put a Dawn on there, and that can be very strong. Just building up your own resources, and then people don't always expect this card, so they're not really playing around it as well, which can be very strong. We have Hiyori, we have 12 2Ks here just for safety, and we always have Hiyori to plant some of our, like, you know, Kikunojo or Nekomamushis, or even our You're the One Who Should Disappear, to get that cheeky little heal. If it's we only have 1 life, we can always play Hiyori, do that classic combo. But yeah, that's about it. That's kind of just how it works. You're using Shirahoshi and Kikunojo as your deterrence against black. The nice thing about this is, I know some people don't really like Kikunojo against stuff like Lucci anymore, because they just KO it immediately and it feels like you're not getting the value, which is still true, you know, even if they're at 3 or less life and you get the heal off of it. But the thing is, when you're a 5-life leader, these 2 cards are essentially assuring that we make it to the 10 Dawn turn where we can play this ace safely. And it's just these, like, Shirahoshi, Kikunojo healing us back up, Linlin to either give us more life or put our opponents, like, to trash their life and lose resources that way, and then having the ace as the finisher is surprisingly a very consistent and strong combo. The only problem, as you might notice, is there's no way to search any of this stuff. So I have considered running the Bonnie, the Egghead Bonnie, to try and get draw that way, or even 5-cost Shirahoshi, but right now there's just not a lot of space. So yeah, that's it. That's the main gist of the deck. So let's jump into some gameplay and show you guys how it's done. All right, Zoro. I think we're gonna just take. I think we're gonna take second. I don't hate this. I think Egghead Nami is decent. Oh, okay. This is good. Flame Split is very good in this matchup. Egghead Nami is decent. Honestly, Egghead Luffy is pretty good too. We only run 2, I believe, so we'll have to see. Oh, all right, that's pretty good too. Can't do anything here, unfortunately. Okay. Hiking Bear. Okay, 7. All right, we take it. Okay, that's fine. Don't have anything crazy we can do this next turn, unfortunately. I might just play this Kikunojo. I think we just need a body on board. He might just counter out of this though. Okay, all right, nice, nice. It's pretty huge that he took that, actually. We're kind of gambling a bit. Obviously, if he KOs this somehow, we don't get the effect until he's at 3 or less. Tsunami's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6 potentially. So we'll take the first one. Ooh, okay. That's right. We can't play next turn. We could Giga Chad this here and take this. This is kind of risky. Do we want to play Ace or do we want to play Nami? Okay. All right. We're kind of being Giga Chads here. Oh my god. All right. That is definitely something. So we will. All right, we might have to play Nami now. We have a bit. Give me a 7 Dawn. Okay, I think we're gonna Giga Chad this. We're gonna go 6/6 here. That's kind of decided. Oh, we could leave up 1 for Flame Split, yeah, but he's not at 2 of us. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. So I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna pivot and do this instead. And now we're 6k, so that's good. And now this is just bait. Essentially, if he wants to swing into Kikinojo, it's like, go for it. I think this is a rough matchup for us either way, though. Probably his Kid and Killer chilling in the background. Like if we take this, he plays Kid and Killer, swings 8. If we don't, then he probably just buffs these up, maybe. Either way, he just plays Kid and Killer, yeah. Oh man. If there's ever a matchup where we need like a little bit of trigger luck, it's probably this one. Let's see. No blocker, please. It's okay. I don't have one. You know, just fun stuff, telling our opponent what we do and don't have. We have some counter here. I mean, I think we can do this. Hold on. Can we go 7 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and leave up 1? Yeah, we can. We can do this. So let's do this first. I need him gone. I need this gone. I need this to take. And then we play this and go 7. Not the worst I get. Oh, he needs a 2 now. Okay, alright. That actually worked out way better than I thought. I think he used up some of his counter early on. So 8 here. This will be 7, 8, 9. And we rest, guess it doesn't matter. This and a 2k. Alright, I think there's a world where we can come back here. Because what? Kid and Killer. I think that might have just screwed him over, to be honest. Yeah, Maki knows whatever. 7 and then 8. So we take this. Unless he's got like some just blockers that he's gonna play. I think we take this because we don't survive another turn. It's whatever. And then we just... oh, okay. I see. Man, maybe cooked. Maybe. Let's see. Gonna be tough for me too. Let's see. I like the banter. Shouts out to this guy. If this is bluffing, then yeah, then I have a really good shot here. Dude, if this like lets you rest at dawn too, I don't know why they would do that, but that would be awesome. If we were yellow green Yamato, we could play this Onami. But we're not. So let's think about it here. We can go 9, 9, 7, 8. Like 7. Okay, hold on. 7. Let me do this so we do this efficiently. We're just gonna have to hope he doesn't have any kind of trigger. So we'll just do 7. I think 7 first is okay. If we had another rush ace too, that actually might be strong, but I think we're better off just with 4 attacks and 2 life. I think we're better off splitting our dawn up. Okay. So he had the counter properly there. So all 3 of these need to go through. So we might be the ones cooked now. Oh. What did he get? He played that, and I don't think he got anything because it's only on your turn, right? Yeah. Okay, well that kind of makes things a little bit easier. If we could go 7, 9, 10. I really think that would be good, but that's so risky. I think we have to go 8, 9, 9. I don't like that though. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume my odds are better with the 9, 9 here. I know I could go 8, 10, but let's just do this. Hoi! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Thought you had it. Oh. Dang, that was crazy. Alright, well, we held out, man. We held out. That was kind of wild. That was kind of wild. Whew. Flame split, man. Flame split. I think what really helped us there is, so they used a bit of counter early on by like playing the Makino and then defending 1 or 2 of those early attacks that we had, which made it so that I don't think they could, I don't think they were anticipating flame split or like flame split combined with leader to make it so that I kind of was going to survive no matter what. Because this leader effect is actually really strong against something like Zoro, and honestly still pretty strong against something like Blue Doflamingo too. But yeah, I think that just allowed us, getting them down to 2 life was huge. I think that's what kind of saved it for us, because we got to eliminate one of their attacks, go up to 7k, and just throw them off a little bit there. And we drew another one too, so even if they had played chopper blocker or something, we would have been able to rest them. But man, GG's. I think that was exactly correct. Assuming they had this amount of counter before the last life, then that was definitely correct. If not, I mean, it was risky either way, right? Because if we had swung 8, 10, if he had that original counter, like say this Kid Killer was his last card out of life, then he would have gotten out of it, right? I think just because we saw his inability to counter out of stuff that one turn when we used Flame Split, I think that was a good enough indicator that we could just swing and go for it. But yeah. GG's. I think that was a pretty decent match, and GG's to this guy. That was like fun little back and forth and stuff too, so GG's to them. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was helpful. There are definitely tons of ways to build this deck. I think there's a big Mom Pirates package that you can do where you have pudding to give you some searching for stuff like 7-cost Mom, and just add a level of consistency there. And especially when the new star decks come out that has the 5-cost Katakuri blocker, I think it's worth exploring running the Big Mom package as well. And you can also run stuff like 9-cost Yamato. You can run Amaru. I think that was another card I forgot to mention earlier. But there's a lot of possibilities, which actually makes it really hard. It's similar to Katakuri in that way, where it's like you have some core cards that you know you're going to always be playing, but then everything else are essentially like tech or like, you know, support cards that can make or break whatever your matchups are. But yeah, it's a fun leader. It's really fun to cook with and play. So let me know if you've ever tested this leader, or if you're interested in testing this leader now, if you have any deck list ideas, or if you have any other off-meta leaders that you'd like me to try. But for now, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.